Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a collective reading, and I know that we're still a few days away from the new moon, which is just happening on the 5th of July, the new moon in Cancer. Although we do have the Cancer energy here, I was called to do this collective reading with my big deck of combined cards of tarot cards and astrological oracle cards. So you see both of them here in your spread. In fact, the very last card is this Cancer card, which in a sense, it ties to the new moon that is going to be in the sign of Cancer a few days from now. In fact, we are starting with a card that is represented, the major arcana that represents the Cancer sign. So it's like we're heading to the new moon in Cancer. But I feel like I was called to do this collective reading. Well, first of all, because as you can see, I am in a different space. I have, this beautiful background behind me, which I feel so just grateful and so honored to be here. So yeah, I am traveling. I'm not home. I am visiting a friend. Maybe soon enough you'll know who this friend is. If you haven't seen it already. So I am very grateful to her just for allowing me to be here and doing this for you guys. So again, this is not attached to any astrological event in particular, not a new moon, not a full moon, or any sort of specific event. I'm feeling like a tingling on the top of my head. Interesting. Anyways, so yeah, just know that if this resonates, then this is for you. This is supposed to be like a general collective reading, a timeless reading. So if it makes sense to you, then it is your reading at this time, right? So as I said, I feel like this is preparation for the new moon, which it's going to be in the sign of Cancer. So collectively, we're all heading that way, and that's the reason why we're beginning with the Chariot, right? Oh, it's so light. I hope you can see the cards properly. But anyways, so we have the Chariot here starting with this message of things are on track. You are moving in the right direction. In fact, the card that is coming right below it on this spread is this Ace of Swords, giving this direction, right? So, but we're going to see it in more detail later on. So first of all, it's like there is this movement forward, and you know that you are it's like you're heading towards what you're meant to be experiencing right now, and it really excites you, right? Here, the King of Wands that is following this Chariot, it's reminding me actually of the last reading that I did, the Sagittarius reading. And it's fascinating because it was all of this excitement that could not be contained anymore, right? So there's a lot that you know that you're excited to be heading towards, and you know that you are on track because of the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is this clarity, this truth, this knowingness that you're going in the right direction, right? So it's all lining up in a specific way that it's like it's almost like, this is so interesting what I'm hearing right now. It's like master of your own destiny, right? Though the Wheel of Fortune is not here. Well, the Wheel of Fortune has been like this very prevalent card in the recent readings. So it's almost like it's this underlying that has been preparing perhaps for this reading, right? This collective reading right now. So the Chariot is like it's moving now in the right direction because you know that it's almost like you know that you are the master of your own ship is what I'm hearing right now, right? But yeah, the first thing that I heard was the master of your own destiny. So it's like you're excited that this finally gets to be experienced, especially because it's bringing you together with those that are meant to co-create with you, the Three of Pentacles. So that is part of the truth. The Ace of Swords is talking about this direction moving forward where there is this connection, right? It's almost like three elements, three aspects, three factors that are meant to come together, right? They're meant to be interwoven in a sense. This is how I'm seeing, and it's interesting. I'm seeing like this, I don't know the name of that symbol. It's like that very ancient symbol for the Druids, I think. It's almost like this, it's like this kind of like this triangle, but it's like this continuous line, right? that it ties like everything together. This is how I'm seeing it. It's so beautiful. And it's actually very constructive is what I'm hearing right now. So you know that you're about to head towards a specific moment in time, that you're going to meet others that are interweaving something, co-creating something with you. And that is, it's like that is clear, right? It's like there is no doubt that there is this co-creation going on. It's like this is why you're going there. It's interesting because it's almost like you're, you know, hopping onto your car and you know that you're going somewhere that it's taking you to like a truthful co-creation. And here it's also like it's almost like the revelation of this symbol, right? This ancient symbol. So it requires, it's almost like it requires 3 people, right? It requires at least 2, I want to say, because there's another king showing up here, which is the King of Pentacles. So you're bringing the excitement, you're bringing perhaps like the idea, right? The direction, but there is somebody that is bringing kind of like the practical things for this equation to be, it's like adding something like in the real world, right? It's like they're bringing the like the ingredients, right? It's like the material aspect of this equation. Again, the tingling. It's interesting. So you know that you have something very valuable, but it's not necessarily material based, right? It's almost like knowledge or direction or truth, right? It's almost like you're the leader, right? Maybe you're the one saying like, let's get together, right? But that's the thing. It's like you call this one, which seems to be like they have the ingredients, they have the elements, right? It's like they're really good with resources. They manage well resources. They have the perfect place, for instance, like they have the perfect location for you to meet, right? So they have the home, they have I don't know, there's something about like they master the earthly realm. You master like this fiery inspiration that you know to be true. It's like this is your truth, this is what you're bringing to the equation, right? And that's the reason why it's like maybe you're going to them, right? Because you're the one hopping on the car, right? So because you have speed, there's something about like the excitement that just speeds and moves your energy, and that's the reason why. And maybe that's the fuel, right? The fuel that you need to go wherever you need to go. Maybe to meet this one, it's like they are more grounded, they are more it's like they have the place. It's almost like they have the elements, they have the resource, the physical resources, right? So but that's just part of the equation. That's the thing. It's like 3 elements need to come together, and here there's only the 2 of you, right? It's like you're going to a friend, let's say, or you know, somebody that is equal to you. It's just that they are masterful in another realm, in another aspect of, you know, what is necessary for this equation to co-create something, which is it's almost like it's going to give, oh, how do I express this? It's going to give continuation to this arrow of truth to pierce through the physical reality, is something like that. It's almost like it needs, oh, I'm seeing this as almost like something that is very abstract, but once it crosses this equation, which is almost like this ancient symbol, right? It's like it activates something, maybe it manifests something here in this physical reality, and it's almost like they are bringing the physical elements, you are bringing truth, you're bringing this clarity. It's like you're saying like, okay, so this is where you need to place all of these objects, right? It's almost like they have the resources, they have the objects, but you're the one with the excitement or maybe the inspiration to know where to put things, if that makes sense. So yeah, it feels like a gathering, but a small one. It's not a big one. And it feels, because the 6 of Wands is coming next, right? It's like both of you know that it's just bringing the message of like the outcome of this battle is very, it's like it's worth it, right? It's like both of you coming together for this gathering, for this co-creation, because it's based on truth. It's like it's going to be worth the battle, right? It's like it's going to be worth facing something that could require the 2 of you like entering this harmonious battle, right? It's not necessarily a battle of maybe we're talking about like bringing into the physical right? Something that is very abstract. But again, so maybe that's the battle, right? It's like that's the like the threshold, or like the what is the word, like the veil, right? Maybe that is the challenge. I'm not seeing the Six of Wands as the challenge. That's the reason why I feel like both of you are so masterful in your own areas, that both of you know that if you get together, knowing that it's like, it's very clear that the both of you, it's like, know the direction moving forward and all the elements are in place. Although again, here there are 3 pentacles, and you know, it's just the 2 of you. It's almost like there is something that is missing, and I want to say it's almost like this cancer family member perhaps, but we're going to get there. It's like, for things to be balanced, there needs to be another one, right? Another element, another person. But still, it's like both of you from the beginning, it's like, you know already how this is going to be victorious. It's like both of you know that you're going to come to the other side. And it's interesting, I'm feeling like it's almost like a push, right? Almost like it's not a push like somebody it's pushing both of you. It's just like this gentle breeze that is like giving the incentive. It's almost like, yes, you need to go for it, right? It's like, because to me the 6 sometimes, oh my god, there's so much. It's like the bridge, right? The bridge maybe to cross through dimensions, right? Like from the abstract truth to the physical truth, right? So it's really beautiful. It's like, that's the reason why both of you are maybe the 2 pillars, right? So both of you are representing these 2 pillars, and it's almost like this one is a little bit more loose, or a little bit more, it's like the new addition to this co-creation. But it is required, I want to say, because after the 6 of Wands, we have the Justice, right? So the balance. The thing about this card is that it has only 2 plates, but in order for the 2 plates to be still, or at least to be balanced, it has to be like, it has to be held by this pillar, right? This part in the center. So that's the reason why the 3rd element, it's very critical, right? It's not just about the 2 of you. It's not just about like the excitement or the inspiration, or like the it's like the physical thing, right? Now I'm just starting to think, if this one, right? It's like the one who is good with the resources. It's like, if this one is actually the one who is holding this. But it's like, if you're representing, you know, if you're seeing yourself as this King of Wands, and you represent one of these plates, so it's like you are on one side of the scale, but then there is another one that represents kind of like the other side of truth, which is interesting. But it's like truth needs to be balanced, right? It's like you're bringing your truth, they're bringing their truth, like this other, which is the Cancer one, right? So they're a little bit more sensitive. It's almost like your energy can be not a little bit too much for them. It's just because you're so self-assured, right? It's like, you know who you are. They don't know. It's almost like they are more sensitive. They need protection, right? Cancer need their family members, and maybe it's like they're going to be willing to connect, right? It's almost like they're coming right at the end to be participant in this co-creation, but they need to feel protected to be willing to do this, right? So because what I'm seeing here, I don't know if you can see, you know, the symbol for Cancer, I'm seeing like it's almost like I'm seeing 2 bodies like dancing, right, and swirling. It's reminding me of the 2 of Cups in the Good Tarot that Sen uses in her readings, right? So it's a little bit like that, but it's a little bit closer. So it doesn't have like this distance. And I want to say also, because the 3 of Pentacles, it's almost like 3 elements coming together, right, to create like this one truth. And that's how truth pierces through matter, which is so fascinating. It's like matter needs to come closer. It's almost like it's almost like what is the name of that? Like protons and neutrons, and you know, the the physical like particles. I'm getting so much. It's so incredible. It's like it needs to come through, and then like truth can be can pierce through, and that, but things need to be balanced. Things need to be like in on the same level at least, right? So there's one, maybe the one that holds the space, maybe the one that is responsible for the physical elements. They are the ones supporting, right? Giving the support for the two plates to be balanced. But the one that is being represented by the Cancer, it's like they're still very new to this. And it's interesting because we're ending with the Cancer energy and we're opening with the Cancer energy, right? The Chariot being the representative of Cancer. So it's almost like it's almost like you have to drive them, right? It's like you're the one with this driving force, right? With this inspiration that is going to give the direction to this one. So it's almost like it's like this one needs to feel embraced, needs to feel protected. I know that it's so bright, but it's like they need to feel embraced. They need to feel like there's also something about like recognizing soul family, right? So because they need to be part of this, it's like they need to feel a part of the Three of Pentacles, a part of the co-creation, a part of this truth. But maybe it's almost like they feel like it's going to be tipped to one side or the other, right? Maybe they don't feel like it's fair, that there's something weird about this Cancer, right? Maybe they feel like they don't have the same driving force. They don't know how to, maybe they don't have the same self-assurance that you have. It's like they're a little bit more vulnerable in that sense. It's almost like they don't feel like they would match your energy, right? They wouldn't be an equal. That's the thing. So both of you, right, these two kings, both of you are already very equal. Both of you recognize your power to manifest like something in reality, right? Because it's like you bring the truth, and the other one brings the physical space or the elements, right, to come together in a victorious way. So that's the reason why it's like both of you trust that this is going to be like a victorious thing. It's like you already can count on that, reaching the other side. However, this one, it's almost like they're still closed in themselves, right? It's almost like they are, just like the crab, right? They are afraid of like going too far. That's interesting. It's like, the Chariot, it's like it's like, since you have this driving force, this inspiration, this truth, this direction that you know where you need to go, it's like you can go wherever you like, right? It's like you can go really, really far away. You have no limits in that sense. Well, especially through the mind. It's like your mind can really drive you to go wherever you want to travel to, right? But this one, it's almost like they don't know exactly how to do that. And it's interesting because I'm trying to show them, it's almost like they want to hide behind, light. It's interesting. So that it's almost like they don't know that they are light, right? They want to be behind the light. There's something about that. They just, well, because you're the fire, right? It's like you're bringing the fire of inspiration. They're the water, or maybe they're just more sensitive. So maybe too much light is too bright for them, right? That's the reason why they hide away. They don't want to show up. That's the reason why it's like they feel like they wouldn't be able to match you. They wouldn't be able to balance your energy because you are too bright. You are too shiny. It's like you glow, right? You glow with your own self-confidence, your own it's like you know who you are, right? They still, it's like they need this reassurance from their family. They need reassurance from this soul family, perhaps. It's like they need to know that they are significant, right? That they are needed, that they are part of this. So there's a lot that this one doesn't know about themselves. At least, it's interesting because there's something about like these two, the two that are here swirling around each other, right? It's like the two that are here in the on the plates, right, of the scale. And the one that is holding the space is the one that is also masterful, but masterful in grounding the energy. So I want to say that this one, whomever they are, whether they are already known to you or not, they are part of a co-creation that is meant to take place in the physical. But it's like they need to feel embraced by you. Maybe you need to give the assurance, right? Because you are so self-assured and you have this grounding friend, right? That can also give this reassurance that, because both of you already know that you're going to be successful, right? It's like that you're going to come the other side, like feeling very balanced, right? It's almost like this energy that needs to be reorganized, and it's like they are too inward focused. It's like they haven't expressed their own sensitivity. So, and maybe that's the thing. It's like you're bringing the inspiration with the King of Fire. The other, you know, the friend, the grounded friend, they're bringing the physical space. They're bringing it's like this connection to the earth, right? And this one is bringing this sensitivity, but it's almost like they're so sensitive that they need this reassurance, perhaps from you or from the both of you, that it's like they're not going to be like they're not fragile to experience this battle, right? Which it doesn't. Okay, so that's the thing, is like, if they need this reassurance so that they can feel like they are on the same level as you for this experience, like, don't focus on the battle itself, focus on the outcome, right? That's what this Justice is talking about. It's so beautiful. It's like they need to see themselves as already being on the same level as you, right? It's like, because you are on the other side. So even though it's like they don't feel masterful, it's like they feel too closed in, right? It's like, but the moment that both of you swirl around each other, it's almost like the scale is going to be balanced, right? And maybe this is the battle, but they don't need to know that it is a battle, right? It's like just emphasize the fact that it's like it's going to be great on the other side, right? Because you and this other, it's like you already know this, right? So I feel like there is so much more to talk about, but it's almost like, yeah, it's simple, right? It's like, you know the direction that you're going. You know that you have somebody that whenever you come together, you co-create something spectacular, because it's almost like you have already been together through many battles, right? And it was always successful. It was always very, it's like very balanced, right? The energy was very balanced, but there is something that it's almost like for this truth to pierce through the veil of matter, it's like it needs the third element. It needs, it's almost like it needs more water. It needs more sensitivity, right? So, yeah, I think that's it for this portion of the reading. I am going to pull more cards to see where this wants to go. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very, very happy to see you. You can find a link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.